The Cincinnati Bengals are completely fumbling the bag, with two of their top defensive players, rookie Shemar Stewart and all-pro Trey Hendrickson. Now listen, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. The way the front office has handled these contract situations has really been flat out embarrassing. Now, let's start with the Shemar Stewart situation. The Bengals' first-round pick was this year's 17th overall selection by the Cincinnati Bengals, who was a freak athlete at Texas A&M, high upside edge rusher. But unfortunately, as these teams are heading into camp, he's still not signed. It's late July, training camp is rolling, and Shemar Stewart is literally in limbo as to whether or not he'll be playing for the Cincinnati Bengals this season. Because the Bengals, ironically, are trying to sneak in contract language that would pretty much void Shemar's guarantees over acts that are contrary. So violations of team rules, league policy, and, criminal law. But mind you, this is a rookie contract with a punishment clause. So instead of letting your top draft pick get to work, you are trying to dig into hypotheticals to potentially diminish his guarantees. This is turning into a test legal case, if you ask me. The Bengals just don't have smart management. This just seems ego-driven. And for Shemar Stewart and his team, I applaud them for not backing down in this situation. The reality is, for Shemar Stewart, if he is to sign this contract, it would create a slippery slope amongst the NFL. This type of language would be in all first-round contract selections. It'd be in second, third rounds. And to void guarantees off the potential act that may never happen, despite some may argue, well, they just need to act right and not do anything. It doesn't mean you need to void guarantees for years ahead. The language in the contract, despite some may say, well, if he just works hard and doesn't get in trouble, it won't be an issue. Yeah, but should his contract guarantees be voided due to something he might have did in years past? Obviously, criminal law, things like that, you'll automatically have your contract voided. But to put in verbiage that could create a slippery slope for around the league, the Bengals are out here playing hardball with a rookie. While the rest of the league is getting their guys signed and prepped, the Bengals are at war with their first-round pick. Now, the Trey Hendrickson situation. And this one, this seems worse than the Shemar Stewart situation. Trey Hendrickson has been the heartbeat of the Bengals defense, a lackluster defense, might I add. In back-to-back seasons, he's had 17 and a half sacks. He's been an all-pro, Pro Bowler, and honestly just consistent and reliable. But here's the kicker. He's playing on a deal that's paying him under $16 million heading into this season, while the other top pass rushers in the league are clocking in $30 to $40 million averages. And to be honest, that's not a huge gap to meet if you're the Cincinnati Bengals. It's really disrespect that they're at this point. So Trey's literally holding out. And really, who could blame him? He wants a long-term contract extension with real guarantees. He's earned it. He's produced. He's been a pro. And how do the Bengals respond to all of this? They offer a short-term restructure with minimum guarantees. Basically, a thanks but no thanks kind of a deal. Not even in the ballpark of what he deserves. Even Manti Te'o called it out as atrociously low. And here's the worst part. The Bengals know Hendrickson is a locker room leader. They know he anchors that pass rush. Yet they're treating him like he's a replaceable role for a team whose defense hasn't been good for the better part of the Joe Burrow turnaround in Cincinnati. The Bengals are cheap. They seem short-sighted. And it sends a terrible message to the entire locker room. What are we doing here, Cincinnati? One guy hasn't even signed his first deal, and the other has outperformed his, and both are getting the same cold shoulder from the front office? That's not leadership. That's negligence. What are we doing here, Cincinnati? One guy hasn't even signed his first deal, and the other has outperformed his, and both are getting the same cold shoulder from the front office? That's not leadership. It's flat-out negligence. You can't build championship culture by alienating your defense. You can't tell fans you're all in while penny pinching your stars. And you definitely can't expect loyalty from players when you're showing them zero respect. Here's what needs to happen. Shemar Stewart deserves a standard rookie deal. No tricky clauses, no loopholes. Just let the kid play football. And Trey Hendrickson, back out the Brinks truck. Pay the man what he's worth. Secure your defensive identity before you lose it. Because the Bengals keep playing with these contract games, they're going to lose more than talent. And this is a team that hasn't been to the playoffs since 2022. They're going to lose the locker room, and they're going to lose the fans. and they really might lose a shot at their postseason without getting these deals done.